Hey, it's Kerry from an indie rock band, Bad Bad Hats, and welcome to the Bothering the Band experience. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
to your favorite podcast.
That's right.
Yeah. One of a few artists who have done it twice. It's a
Nice. Oh,
very small two-timer club.
okay. That feels good.
Yeah, I mean when it popped up, we were like, of course. Of course. Carrie's already been on. We're like buds.
That's
New
right.
album. It is. We got some fresh new questions for you.
Yeah.
But how are you
New
doing?
material. Doing good. It's very rainy here today. It's like a little gloomy, but I don't really mind. There's something about like once you're inside, like the soft glow of the lights on a rainy afternoon is kind of pleasant. Um, I had class today. I'm teaching a songwriting class this semester. So I had class this morning. So that was good.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
so I was
I
working
want to take
today.
your songwriting class.
Don't
That would be
you?
so fun. And by take, I just mean show up to the room.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
I
no,
don't.
I
Grades.
mean
No grades.
you'd have to participate.
Well, yeah, but I just mean I don't want to fill out the forms to go to the school. I
Sure,
just
yeah,
want to
that's
go.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
A friend of ours just got into grad school,
Oh,
like
nice.
for writing in New York.
Cool.
And
Wow.
like everything aside, I was like, congratulations on just filling out all those
Yeah,
forms. To do
seriously.
that.
Yeah.
That sounds impossible to
Yeah,
me at this age.
it is. Yeah. I can't do
And I went to college. I don't remember
it.
doing it though. I don't know how. Maybe it's all bogus.
Yeah.
So new self-titled album
Yes.
with a beautiful cover. I love the cover so
Thank
much.
you. I really love it too. It's my first time. Oh, I have it right here. Um, it's my first time doing the cover.
Oh, that's
Wow.
that's your photo?
I took the picture.
Whoa, even better. What?
I always have a disposable camera in my purse, just in case. Um, when I was on Staten Island with my friend, just wandering around Staten Island, and went to some sort of like garden, and there's just like this beautiful like shrub of these flowers. I was like, I love these flowers. That was also a rainy day, so it's kind of like moody lighting. Took a flash photo of some flowers, and then when I got the film back, I said, "Wowza, I think we got something there."
Oh, that's incredible. When were you on Staten Island?
Yeah, when was that? That must have been like last fall, potentially.
We were there.
Yeah. Um, it was either last fall or 2 falls ago, but that doesn't seem right. I feel like it was last fall. Um, yeah, my friend just one of my best friends lives in New York and just went there to visit her, and she had heard about this restaurant on Staten Island where like the whole vibe is that like a different grandma like cooks her like regional cuisine every night.
Shut up. Sorry. I want this.
um which is an amazing concept. There like must be like they I don't know how exactly like logistically it works because I feel like if I were a grandma, even if I was a great cook, I probably wouldn't be used to like cooking like for like a restaurant full of people. So I wonder if like the grandma like teaches the recipe like in the morning or something to like the kitchen. But when we were there, there was a there's always an Italian grandma. She's like the main grandma. So we had lasagna. We had her lasagna, but there's also a Japanese grandmother, and I think maybe a Peruvian grandmother. So we had like ceviche, and we had like a Japanese sweet potato, and then we had lasagna, which was a very varied meal, but all of it was very tasty.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a grandma food fight club kind of deal. Also, We've asked the question on the podcast before, like, what is the appropriate side dish when ordering lasagna? Apparently, it's ceviche.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it worked out pretty well. I was like, we had some we cleansed our palates with a little, champagne between they kept giving us champagne because I think we were just like sitting at the bar and everyone liked us. So you cleanse that palate, you go on to the next thing. But the best part was that we like hung out there late into the night, and at one point like the grandmas were like packed up and were like leaving, and like as they were leaving, like the whole restaurant like getting like a standing ovations, like they were like thank you, and we were like yes, thank you. And one of the grandmas just hugged me, like came up and hugged me.
I need a grandma hug.
I was like sitting at a bar, and she just like came right over to me and gave me a hug, and I was like, this is the best day ever.
That's a good vibe you're putting off. That's why. That's why we're
Yeah.
happy to have you back as well. Oh, grandma's cooking different foods. That sounds great. That sounds
Yeah, would
insanely
recommend
good.
Staten Island.
We'll be there.
I would go. I'm like November. Uh, I was like, who the fuck opts to go to Staten Island? It's far, but that's
Yeah,
well worth it. It's
yeah. And it was fun to be. I'm not sure that I had been to Staten Island before, so it was fun to like ride the ferry and
yeah, the
like
fair's fun.
do that thing. And I guess my grandpa grew up in Staten Island, so we are just walking around. There was like a high school, and I was like, texting my mom. I was like, any chance this like the high school grandpa went to? And she was like, it is. So
Wow,
what are the chances?
that's wild. The last time I was there, we saw turkeys, like wild turkeys running around. You never
Yeah.
think of that shit. And then like all you think of is Wu-Tang Clan,
Oh, are they
you
from there?
know. They are from Staten Island. They
Nice.
call it Shaolin
Gotcha. I
over
For
see.
the
there.
children.
Yeah, Wu-Tang for the grandmas.
Oh.
Uh okay, so let's kick off the first jump question, which has a typo from me, but we're gonna go with it.
Okay.
It was what's your favorite shape of ice, but I wrote what's your favorite shape of rice?
Um, I'll tell you, I do like a short grain rice. I like a sushi rice. Um, yeah, there you go.
I was so happy you had that locked and loaded and
Yeah,
answered in earnest.
yeah. Just like a
It,
little stickier. I don't know, it's like a little squishier.
Mm-hmm.
Some I like
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that.
yeah, I've that would be up there for me. I'm gonna go with like Spanish yellow rice
That's
though. Like,
nice.
it's probably the same shape, maybe a little longer, a little thinner.
Yeah, maybe a little longer for sure. Yeah.
Have you ever had rice roni? Anyone here have rice roni?
Yes, it's been a while, but yes, definitely. That was
College.
kind of a staple, yeah, in my
Yeah.
childhood.
College, yeah, it's just that box and the water and then a lid.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think there's like usually often like some like it's like rice and like pasta like
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
together, right? Yeah, that's what makes it extra special.
That's where the aroni comes from.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That's
It's
the San Francisco treat.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I forgot.
And in the fine print, it says you can only consume it from age 21 to 25
Yeah,
with weed.
right. That's
Yeah.
yeah. It says it on there. Yeah.
So after that, they'll card you, but not sell it to you if you're too old.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. How's Electric Fetus doing? Are you still in
Good.
Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we live
great.
in the Twin Cities. That's where we're based. That's where the band's always been. And yes, for those who don't know, the Electric Fetus is like a long-standing record store. I think it's been around since the 70s. Um, just like really awesome selection, really awesome like space. It's just like really, I find it very like calming and nice and fun every time I go in there. It's like a great place to peruse some records. People are great. So for the last record and for this record, we did like a little like celebration on the day the record came out and like played like a little show, like a small show, like playing the new songs for the very first time, signing some records. It's really fun.
I love it. I wish we were there.
It was fun. Yeah.
I've been once in the dead of winter, so it was tough to really dive because I had this giant parka on.
Hmm.
And so I was just like knocking over REM albums.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And also I got real hot, so I was like, I'm gonna go outside. But
Yeah, totally.
super cool, on par with like Amoeba and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a great record store.
Okay, so since this is the second time on Bothering the Band, we're so happy. 'Cause I remember I listened to the old episode and I was like, she's so fucking funny. And then I said it in the episode. I was like, you're really funny. You should do
Okay.
stand up and shit like that. I was like, so that tracks. Have you tried stand up?
I haven't. People often do tell me to try stand up, and maybe I will one day. I'm not opposed to it, but I do feel like I don't know. There's like it's like the like pairing it with being in the band or something. It's like I wonder if it works because people don't expect it. You know what I mean? It's like they go and they just like think they're gonna hear indie rock and then they hear a few jokes and they're like, "Whoa, like that was pretty funny." Like I didn't know that would be funny. And I get it stresses me out to think, that you go to like a stand-up show and people are like, "Okay, like be funny." That's a lot
Make
more
me
pressure.
laugh.
Yeah, it's a lot more pressure. So
It's very hard, it
yeah,
seems.
yeah,
And there's nothing to hide behind. Like there's an instrument's like a device
it
that
is
shields you a little bit.
totally.
Okay, second time. What is what is your favorite second something? And I'll throw some things out there. We
Okay.
can all fill in the blanks. Sequels,
Mm-hmm.
favorite second cousin, if there's a second cousin you like. The second coming of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is
Mm-hmm.
what I wrote. That's up there. Can we name any second?
Um, I feel like Second City, pretty good.
Ooh, good one.
Pretty good.
Very good
I feel
one.
like a lot of great, very funny people came out of Second City. That just came to my mind.
Second
Um,
helpings when
I
you're
was about to
extra
say
hungry.
yes. Seconds, like at Thanksgiving, like round
Hmm.
two at like the buffet. Something about that because you have more knowledge going back
Hmm.
the second time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like that, there's like an Indian buffet in Philadelphia that we really love. That's exactly the place. I get like a little bit of everything the first time, the little sampler, and then the second time you like go all in on your favorite one thing. So yes, absolutely. Seconds plural is yes,
Pro
is
at the
what it's all about.
buffet.
Yeah.
And screaming, it'll just be a second. Like that. That's fun too.
That's yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
Welcome back to the dumb shit. Okay, Abby brought this to my attention. Does Bad Hats have anything to do with the Jaws reference? Bad Hat Harry?
It does not, but I this has come up a few times. Um and it is kind of like an uncanny like reference that like they say that
Hmm.
and it would make sense. But no, the answer is no. Yeah.
Okay, follow-up question. Do you own a swim cap?
No, I
Do you own a
don't.
shower cap?
No, I don't.
Wow, really? You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
This is what the fans are tuning in for.
We did
Just
buy swimming goggles just for our TPA music video recently though. So now we own
ah,
those. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I just sent that song to a buddy of mine at work.
Nice. Thank
Because
you for
he
sharing.
he and I talk music. He found out I host a music pod, and so he sends me stuff, and I was like, "This is the cool band I'm interviewing tonight,"
Oh,
and that
cool.
makes me feel real cool.
Yes. That's what it's all about.
Okay, so I'm only limited to one basketball question
Oh, okay.
today.
Okay.
Um, you have the Detroit Pistons song, and we talked about it last time, but you're I don't know, I forget if you are a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, but they're doing really good right now.
Yeah, I would say I don't keep up, but I have friends who keep up and they've been letting me know that things are going well.
Yeah, they're dominating right now.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs. They're like but 1 and 2 or 3 in the
Yeah.
West. Um, Do you own any Timberwolves gear?
I don't think I do actually. I definitely own Minnesota Lynx gear,
Ooh,
which is the
cool.
WNBA team. Um, and I'm not even sure if I've been to a Timberwolves game, but I've been to several Lynx games.
That's more
Um,
important. As I was telling Ryan this morning, it's time for the girls.
It really is. I think it's like the moment. We were enjoying watching the college games. Um, but yeah, we used to love going to the Lynx games. I mean, it was kind of sad, but because like people, at least at the time, didn't pay much attention to it, the tickets were very cheap. Um, so we would like enjoy going. Like we went to the finals game like a couple years in a row because you could just go for like $30 or something. Um, and the Lynx were, I'm not sure how they're doing now actually, but they were very dominant for a while there in like the uh 2010s. And just a joy to watch. Maya Moore, Lindsay Whalen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
We literally said yesterday, because it was the WNBA draft, we said, let's get deep into the WNBA.
Yeah.
Uh, we're definitely on board. I have a daughter. I try to show her that. So I'm like, look, this Caitlin
Hmm.
Clark, she's dominating,
Yeah.
shit like
Hmm. It's
that.
exciting. It's exciting.
I try to do it in a subtle way because anything I say, she's like, that's lame. So I'm just like, this lady's awesome.
Yeah. Right.
But
Keep it neutral, but just
Go Lynx.
judge.
I wish we
Yeah.
had a WNBA. We're Magic fans. They used to have the Miracle, no
Oh
longer.
yes. Okay. That's too
But I
bad.
would totally go to a bunch of I like those cheap tickets because you can just like wake up and be like, you want to
Exactly.
go?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want to go?
totally.
You want to spend
Yeah.
$15?
Yeah.
It
That
doesn't
was
have to be a
nice.
big fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Minnesota the Midwest? Is that,
It is, yeah. Hmm.
yeah? Okay. Do you say curse words or cuss words?
Um, well, I say the word curse.
You say curse.
Yeah, but I didn't grow up in the Midwest, so I don't know if that's typical for the Midwest or not.
Yeah, I didn't know either. We both landed on we used to say cuss when we were kids in Florida, and now we say curse. Someone like
What
changed us.
happened? Yeah, what happened? What happened
They,
to all of us?
they
Did
beat
I
it
say
out of us.
cuss? Cuss. Yeah, that feels southern actually. Yeah, cuss does sound like.
I don't think those words are offensive as they were when we were younger either.
Yeah,
Like
Like
some of
fuck.
them are, yes.
yeah.
But like in
Yeah.
general,
Yeah, totally.
The pastor at church is saying fuck. He's like, it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. I did not curse or cuss until like I was like well into high school, I will say.
you're a good kid.
And I would I would my mom for my 12th birthday, I got my first explicit content CD, which was Sum 41's All Killer No Filler, which I was so excited to get. Um but I was very nervous about my parents overhearing me hearing curse words. So I would, when I listened to my CD, I would just like sit on the side of my bed in front of my CD player with the like booklet insert. And I underlined all the curse words so that when I was listening, I could turn the volume down every time a curse word played.
That's so cute.
It's so adorable. It's like
That's
young
so sweet.
self-censorship.
Yeah. Yeah, which my parents didn't even my mom cursed a lot, so I don't know where I got this sort of censorship from. No one told me not to listen to it, but that just was my vibe.
That's cool though. I think that's unique. Man, that's incredible. That's why we ask these dumb questions. See? Okay. Without further ado, how are you storing your Tupperware?
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. So my mom, when we got our house, my mom got me a subscription to Consumer Reports magazine, um, which is mostly good, though half the articles are like like specifically for senior citizens. Like there's a lot of stuff in there that just doesn't apply. But also though, there's like a lot of lot of fear in there, a lot of things they're warning you about. So they got me on this kick of like no plastic Tupperware containers. Gotta get rid of the plastic. So I had all my plastic Tupperwares, and they were getting a little old anyway, but they really stacked real nice. Like it was like a set that like went inside and the lids on top. It was really nice. But I got rid of all of them because I was like, Consumer Report says gotta get rid of all the plastic Tupperware. So I got a bunch of glass Tupperware, and that doesn't stack. It doesn't stack in the same way, and it's like makes a really harsh sound every time you like clink them up against each other. So it's been a tough transition. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone has issue. I feel like this is a universal question that you'll get different responses for this. Obviously, you have a very unique response. Mine is just like, I don't know what to do. You open a thing and it all falls out.
You're right. I do try to keep it fairly organized for sure. That is, I am on the side of or Tupperware organization.
But it's all glass. What about the top? Is the top rubber?
The top is plastic, so they can't, they can't get rid of all of it. But
No.
yeah,
Big plastic has
big
us.
plastic. I know we're trapped.
Okay, so when you're putting your Tupperware or any of your dishes away, do you dry them?
I mean, I guess yeah. I guess if they're not dry, then I would.
Do you have a dishwasher?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Isn't
Yeah.
it supposed to dry? Like it's super hot so they come out?
Yes, and most of the time it does, but like sometimes, certain things
You get
like
that
they
little
don't
puddle like on the top of a coffee
exactly.
mug, or the Tupperware always has some kind of groove in it that you go to pick it
Yes,
up and it
that's
dumps a bunch of freaking water everywhere.
exactly what I'm
Exactly.
asking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So once you pick it up and it dumps all the water out, do you still dry it? Because I'm of the thing, it's like, won't it just dry? You just put it up there in a few hours, it should dry, right?
Yeah, I do the middle thing option, which is I put it in my drying rack on top of my
Oh,
counter.
okay.
Yeah, so I say and then tomorrow Carrie will put that away.
I do that too.
Yeah.
There's so
Gotta
many
do it.
steps in being an adult.
I really, yeah.
A lot of like environmental maintenance and then personal maintenance. You're like, God,
Yes.
I didn't know this was gonna be. It's like a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything heart-shaped in your home?
It's an interesting question. Oh, yes, I do actually. In our kitchen, one of my best friends, we went to college together, and in college she took a lot of art classes, and she was in this like print making class that she really enjoyed. And for Valentine's Day, she made us all Valentines where she got like an old book from like a used bookstore. Um, that was like a French book, and ripped out pages of the old book and made this like really beautiful heart print, like you do the thing where you like scoop out like the rubber thing, and you like scoop it out to make your design, then you roll the ink on it, and then you press it down.
Yes.
So it's just it, and it's really beautiful, and I have it framed into my kitchen.
That's incredible. I'm so happy you have that. Do you know why I asked that question?
Um, is it because of our song "My Heart, Your Heart"?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Which is a great song.
Thank you.
Okay, growing up, this is for both of you because I'm just
Okay.
curious. Growing up, did you drink ginger ale or Sprite when you had a bellyache? Did your parents tell you to drink that?
Ginger ale, yeah.
Ginger ale?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh,
It's because ginger ale was fancy.
I think I just didn't like it too.
oh, sure, yeah. There's just like they couldn't get you to drink the ginger
Yeah.
ale.
And also I feel like whenever I was sick and Sprite was involved, my mom like would go on this kick where she's like, but it's supposed to be flat.
Oh
And then she would
yeah,
like let the bubbles out
I thought the bubbles are what does it.
I
for the
know.
stomach ache part. But like then when I was sick, it was also chicken soup and chicken
Oh, I
noodle
see, I
soup
see,
and
I see.
Sprite. But then you had
And
to drink it flat. No bubbles when you're actually sick. If it's just your tummy, you get bubbles.
so many rules.
I don't
But
know. Deb
yes, I feel
Levy
like I
just
remember that too. Like what the flatness was like a thing.
right? Okay.
but I don't really know why that would be. But yeah, I definitely have heard that before as well.
Do you think that still exists? Maybe
That people are
Flat
still
soda?
drinking
like
soda with a
administering that to sick
chi-
children.
to children.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, because of like, our generation got that. So like maybe like our people our age with kids, I assume, following the steps that they remember. Though, but maybe it's like flat, like Olipop now.
Yeah.
So the New York Times did an article about the claim that drinking flat soda eases an upset stomach.
Oh,
And they
okay.
just said, it's soda, you idiots.
It might just be like, placebo and that like kids just like soda. So they just feel happy to be drinking soda.
Maybe. Yeah. My daughter had a Shirley Temple for the first time the other day.
Yum.
She was like, "What is this?"
Wait till she gets older and adds vodka to it.
Oh.
22-year-old Abby loved those.
Is there a name for that?
Yeah.
Like a hard Shirley Temple or something?
Dirty. Dirty
Dirty
Shirley.
Shirley.
Oh, that makes
Ah,
sense. Mhm.
can you imagine
It would be
ordering that?
good.
I did. That's the thing. I
I
did order
know.
that.
I know.
I felt cooler than all the other like 22-year-old basic girls that were like, vodka cranberry, Red Bull vodka. I was like, Sprite and some of that cherry juice.
Yeah. It's got a little something extra to it.
Yeah, that's funny. I went through a stretch where I like a summer of chocolate martinis.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
That was a
Yes,
fun.
like just sounds thick to me.
Oh yeah, so thick. And then you follow it up with like Miller Lite.
Oof, yeah.
And then it's like Taco Bell like 30 minutes after that.
But they do say liquor before beer in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What about like milk products in there somewhere?
right.
Ew.
Yeah. Maybe, yes, maybe the rhyme gets a little askew if you add milk. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, when you were younger, did you ever forge your parents' signature on anything?
Um, I don't think so. I wouldn't, I just like, as you can tell by my Sum 41 story, I was a nerd and a goody two shoes. So I never would have done that. But I definitely do remember like practicing, like trying to like write my mom's signature like the way that she wrote it. So I definitely was like trying to like copy it, but I never would have like actually like forced it to do something.
Does your mom have like one of those like this or like a very thought out?
Yeah, it's nice. She has
Yeah.
a nice one. Yeah, it is like it has a fanciness to it, but you can definitely clearly see like the letters. You know
How
what I mean?
my mom's is too. It's all
Yeah.
pretty and loopy, but
Yeah.
very legible
Yes, exactly.
Is it
Exactly.
long? I feel like a signature is supposed to be like that.
for a man because you're all very impatient.
We don't we're this is 2024. We're not going to talk in generalities here.
My bad.
Moving on. How loud are your yawns?
uh
Have you hit the age where they are louder than they used to be?
I do feel like I find myself like catch myself like sighing more. Like unloading the dishwasher or something. I'm just like, it's like a lot more like making sounds, like leaning over and like standing up.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into this. I'm curious if I do it out of like a subconscious thing or I actually need the extra breath because I don't think I do. I think it's
Right.
a like sitting down. It's like a
Yeah.
dramatic like take a seat.
It is
What do you
crazy. I don't
think?
know if do y'all feel like yawning, just like talking about yawning? Like I feel
100%.
like a little
I'm
bit
like
of it.
holding my like
Yeah.
100%. So I started writing like as I wrote that question, I thought it and I was like a good follow-up question would be that. So you beat me
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's happening.
no serial killers here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all safe.
We're all safe.
Have you heard that? I didn't hear that until she told me.
That feels like
It's
I think maybe I'm
empathy.
hearing that for the first time, but that makes sense to me. Yeah.
It's empathy
Yeah.
because they lack empathy. Your body response to yawn is an empathetic response.
Yeah. I do
And
feel
since
like
they don't have it.
they wouldn't feel tempted to catch someone's yawn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have heard something similar to that on
I'm
like
gonna
an
send you
episode of
both
like
articles later.
articles, yes.
Yeah.
Of like Criminal Minds or something where it's like
Welcome to Science Hour. Does soda help a bellyache?
yeah, I know. We're
Do
learning a lot.
serial killers yawn? This is fun. Okay. I don't think it gets dumber than this. Bats, rats, or gnats?
Oh, I really don't like any of those, honestly. Though I will say, um, I do feel like we heard a NPR story randomly one day about rats in New York City, and like the most New York woman ever was like really defending the rats. She was like, "Rats, they're so intelligent. Like, we taught them how to drive cars." And I was like, "What?"
They're the
And
cabbies.
yeah, I like looked it up, and like
Gypsy
researchers
cabs, all
talk.
rats.
They taught rats how to drive a little car to get treats.
Insane.
I also read an article that they're gonna give them birth control now.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like,
That's an
brilliant.
Because apparently
interesting
she's the
tactic.
only one who likes them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Pizza Rat, so
Pizza Rat. Yeah, exactly. There have been some like rat characters who I admire. Their their stamina, their resilience. So I guess I'll go with that. Though, do I want one coming up from my toilet if I lived in New York? No, I don't.
Driving a car up the toilet. Hey.
Yeah, I don't like that. Also, I feel like I don't know. I feel like weirdly like freaked out by bats. I don't think I've actually ever experienced a bat, but I don't know. I don't like the. I've had a few friends who've like had to get rabies shots just because they like woke up and there was like a bat flying around in their room, and like if you don't know if the bat's bitten you or not, you just like gotta get the rabies shot.
Oh, devils.
but they eat mosquitoes.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
They do.
Again, it's like similar to the rats. Like I love them in their, doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no purpose for gnats.
There's
Gnats.
zero.
Yeah, I don't like the gnats.
No.
Just like
Do you have gnats in Minnesota?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you ride your bike down here in Florida most of the year, it's just like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like it's no
Yeah.
fun, and it gets all stuck in my beard.
Oh. Yeah.
This just in. That question was an F, Marry, Kill question.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
That's tough. That's tough.
Moving on. What's the name of the strip mall or shopping center is what I would call them that you go to most? Because they all have names.
They do all have names. So yeah, I'm trying to think like, because I don't go to as many of them, um, in Minnesota. They're like less common here. Yeah, I'm trying to think like when I lived in Tampa, what's like one I would go to?
I can't even name one.
I
I
know, I'm
know.
trying to, I know
Here,
they do have
like-
names.
I know that I can see where they do on the sign, but usually I'm like, I'm gonna run over to Publix, whether I'm going to Publix or one of the 7 other businesses in that plaza.
Right.
I'm like,
right,
run
right.
up to Publix really quick.
It's all
But see,
it's all
now
like
that you've asked this-
sandalwood
Sandal.
gardens.
Exactly. Yes. And now that you've said this, I'm gonna be like noticing every name of every strip mall that I go past now. Yeah, I can't think of one right now. Like there's one like there's like a Trader Joe's like up the hill. Also, yeah, it's got the other shopping centers, and I can like see the big sign that says all like the businesses on it.
And I can see the little one. I can see
know.
their names.
Yeah.
The Trader Joe's is in a fancier one that probably has it's just called like The Walk or the
Yeah.
promenade or some shit like that.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
grocery like the regular local grocery store one that's like a notch down is going to have like Poplar Plaza. And I'm going
Right.
Like
Yes.
the
going
Winn-Dixie.
with trees. Yes.
They do it there. I do feel like it is often like, well, in Florida, I feel like it's like a lot of beachy
Yeah.
names.
Coral Ridge.
$10
Yeah.
point.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Let's all collect shopping center names now. This is fun and it's only getting weirder. What's your favorite? I'm so happy you mentioned Sum 41 because this might play.
Oh, okay.
What's your favorite Offspring song?
Oh,
Couldn't even say it without laughing.
I feel like I only know one, and I can't think of what it is right now. What's like the one song that I would know?
Pretty Fly for a White Guy?
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is somehow problematic now.
Um, I don't know if it's my favorite because it's the only one I've
No.
heard. There's probably
It's like a
another one.
novelty.
There's probably another one in the catalog that I'm
They
sure
have a
I'd
bunch
enjoy more.
actually.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm not up on my Offspring knowledge.
Well,
All right.
I can see
I
the
was
wheels
looking,
turning.
well, I was looking up the name of a song because
Hey,
off,
hey, come out and play. Do, do,
no,
do, do.
not that one. It's Bad Habit, which is on that same album. And the
Oh,
reason that it comes to mind is
yeah.
because I was listening to that when I was around 12. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a song, and the very like last line of it is he just screams, I don't say all of it, you stupid, dumb shit, goddamn motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
you are underlining lyrics and
Yeah.
like muting it. And I am really mad at whatever my mom did to piss me off that day. And I'm cranking that all the way up.
Classy.
Did I say those words to her?
No, you let the song do the
But
talking.
I would let the song play.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I would be stressed seeing that many in the row on my lyric sheet. I'd be like, what do we do here?
And that's off of Smash that had come out
Okay.
and play.
Okay.
Yeah, that had self-esteem come out and play. I was in like seventh grade when that came out. It was huge for seventh grade boy Ryan.
Yeah.
And that I think it's the first song on that album. And it also talks about like it's a road rage song. So
Oh,
Yeah.
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 what a weird thing to be like, I have road rage and I'm gonna celebrate it in song.
Yeah. Everyone can relate.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not
Okay.
me.
Not at all. Do you get Carrie, do you get road rage?
No, not really. I do feel like I'm fairly safe, like even driver. Sometimes I forget, like I get back in that slow lane because I'm not going fast. So I know that I gotta be better about that because that's what the slow lane's for people like me.
And
Um,
Ryan's with you over there.
It says I'm just saying it says I'm usually never in a hurry, but it says 65. I'm going 65. And
yeah,
in
me too.
Florida, 65 means 80 at
Right.
least.
Yeah.
And
But
so
like I do get upset sometimes. A lot of people like Chicago. I do feel like Chicago maybe has some of the worst drivers I've ever experienced. Um, and they do the thing where they like zoom around, like you're going too slow for them, and you could like see them in the rear view coming. They're like, meow, like around you. Sometimes when I see them coming, I give them a little toot, let them know I didn't appreciate that.
a little toot.
Give
A
them a
little
little
toot. They
something.
throw
Say,
Polish
hey.
sausage at you and like,
I say, hey, you need to. You almost, you got a little too close to me back there. So think twice.
Somebody was telling us, or maybe I read it somewhere, that like when they do that, instead of like a little tooth, they like give them a thumbs down because for some reason it feels so much worse than like a finger or
ooh,
like
that's good.
anger, where you're just like,
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
I think we should be able to customize our horns.
I
you
think so
can,
too.
I think. Like
Yeah,
I have,
but I think you can only do like cucaracha or something like that. Like I mean, like, where we go, watch it.
Exactly. You're like,
Careful
hey.
now. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
yo. And then you could do like a positive one. Be like, I support your car wash, but I'm
Yeah,
not
totally.
stopping.
Yeah, totally. Or like the one is like, you need a little one that's like, hey, like not a big deal, but just letting you know the light did turn green.
Yes. Yes.
So,
See that
You
I
always
think
try to like, it's just that barely you're like, just do the little do, just a little. Yeah, like, because I don't want to.
yeah.
I'm
I
not
do this thing
mad.
where I hover and I'm
Yeah.
like maybe the energy of
Yeah.
me like
I think that
and I
works.
try to give him as much as I and I also hope the guy behind me will just do the
Right.
honks.
Yeah. And they
You honked
usually
at
do.
someone when we were on the phone this morning, and it was like a little double one. You were like, doot doot.
Well, it was because I was going through this neighborhood to get my coffee, and there's these two women who walk every day. It's a neighborhood. It's a suburban neighborhood, and I went around the ladies, and this guy was coming around this bend
Oh,
real fast in the neighborhood. So I
yeah.
was like, beep beep. I'm
He
Yeah.
gets
like,
two. That's a twofer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's an alert.
And
Hey,
then he went like this to me, and I was like,
no.
ah. Oh. Okay. Have you ever been in a dunk tank?
Oh, have I?
It's a wild question, right?
Why do I feel like I have, but I also feel like no. If you had, Carrie, you would remember that. That makes me
Seems
feel
like
like I
something
have.
you should have.
I know.
Not
I've definitely been around dunk tanks. I've definitely thrown the ball at dunk tanks. I'm not sure if I've ever been the one that's been dunked.
I think I'm the same.
Yeah. Because I feel like I would remember. I feel like I would remember if I
I like that you said around dunk tanks, like it's like horses. Like
had.
I've been
Yeah.
around horses, or I've been around
Yeah.
dunk tanks, so I can navigate a dunk tank, but I've
We're
Yeah.
pretty familiar.
never ridden one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think maybe the answer is no. I've never been dunked in the
That's a
tank.
that's a question we might have to revisit with some other to like see the percentage because
Mm-hmm.
it seems very
Yeah.
common. It's one of those things I thought like in movies from the 90s, kids movies, you're like, that's gonna happen all the time.
Yeah.
Right, but like we interview musicians, and I feel like that's, kind of know your audience. If you want to meet people in dunk tanks, you got to interview elementary school president or principals,
Right, yes.
right?
I'm about to say, like, I feel like I was never like a camp counselor, so maybe that's
Right,
why I like missed
camps.
out.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fun. You're right. You're right. This like punk rock guy is like, I've been in all the dunk tanks.
I volunteer for every dunk tank I see. But it does sound like a thing that could be at work tour, like
Yeah, it
dunk
does.
a
Yeah.
Yeah,
musician.
it does. Yeah.
Here, what's the last music festival you went to?
Oh, I guess South by Southwest.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Makes
Did you
sense.
play or
Yeah.
just attend?
Well, we were playing. Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So it would have been that. Yeah.
Okay, do you ever get bored?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You find
Yeah.
yourself okay.
Sometimes, yeah. I feel like I'm the most bored. Um, because I am also a little bit of a busybody. So like in that way, I feel like there's always like something I can be doing. Um, but I feel like when I think about being bored, I think about like when I have like a layover for a flight, just like
Yeah.
waiting to get on that next plane.
Yeah. That's a good answer. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking of like same busybody. Abby's the same way. You never stop. Where I remember being a kid and be like, I'm bored. Now I'm like, I would
Right. Yeah.
love to be bored.
Yes, totally. So
Not in
that,
an
yeah.
airport though.
Yeah. So it doesn't happen very often where it's like, I got nothing to do. Like, I'm just twiddling my thumbs here. But yeah, it's like that airport. That's like when I allow myself uh like vegetating screen time is
Yeah.
airport
That's a good
waiting.
one. That's when I steal books from the airport stores, books and smart waters. Also, here's a joke you can use next time you're bored at the airport with someone. If you want to just throw this out there, do you have your boarding pass? That's our show, folks. We're come on, that was solid gold. That was solid gold. I'm surprised none of you thought of that.
I didn't think of
Oh,
it. So that way props.
Word up. Okay. Is there a throw blanket on your couch?
There is.
Yeah, just one?
Well, okay, so there's one blanket that like always hangs over the back of the couch. Like you could use it as a blanket, but it's kind of just decorative. And so we have another blanket that you put over yourself if you're cold.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love those questions. Yeah, you should have it. That's a thing.
Yeah.
You should have a throw blanket. I have a t-shirt blanket. So it's old t-shirts that
Oh,
I
that's nice. That's
turned into
nice.
a blanket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. I don't even know how to ask this question. Did you have anything Fisher Price growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh, for sure.
Did you have one of those like poppity lawnmower things? Do we remember those? It was
Oh,
like the
yes, I do
dome.
remember those. I don't know if I had that. I
Those
definitely
are the
remember having
coolest.
like a bus, like a school bus with like some like round characters that
Oh
like
yeah,
fit
the
in like the
little.
little seats. Yeah.
The
Mhm.
little
Mm-hmm.
pegs. There was like a
Yeah,
peg.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely remember the lawnmower thing. I don't think I had one though.
Yeah, I I would do that right now just to talk about ASMR.
Yes, totally. Pop, pop, pop. I do feel like I think that maybe the Fisher Price headquarters is like near where my family lives, like outside Buffalo, New York. I think that's maybe true. So I think I've driven past like the Fisher Price headquarters at some point.
Yeah, we knew that.
You're gonna
That's
go
why we
further?
asked that. We
Yeah.
totally knew that question, not any other reason.
East Aurora, New York.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
Yep.
Let's go there.
It's a lovely town. Really good
And
wings.
also visit her parents.
Yeah. Say hi.
Just show up unannounced.
We have
Please.
questions about Consumer Reports.
Yeah, seriously.
We're here for your
I
plastic
love
Tupperware.
parents.
Yeah.
I love parents.
Yeah, they're great. Okay, so the cover, we mentioned the cover of the album,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. You took the photo. Um, how do you feel about receiving flowers?
I like it. I really enjoy. I wish I was like a little bit better at like keeping plants um well, keeping them doing well. But I really like getting flowers. I like any kind of like gesture like that. Actually, our friend um one of our friends sent us some flowers to commemorate the album coming out, which is really nice. Some flowers that look very strikingly similar to the ones on the cover of the album. And that was really nice. That was like a wonderful surprise. It's nice to like celebrate in like little ways like that. So yeah, I enjoy receiving flowers. Yes.
Have you ever given a man flowers?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if I've ever like bought like a full bouquet of flowers like for Chris or for anyone else. I definitely have for friends. I'm not sure if any of them were men. I think mostly my women friends I bought flowers for. But I definitely remember like when Chris and I were first like one of our first like trips together. We were in Maine and we were like wandering through the woods like picking like literal flowers and being like, here you go. Like, I got you this flower. And so there are all these pictures of Chris with like a little flower that I gave him like behind his ear, like a pencil. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure I've ever gotten him a bouquet of flowers. He would probably really enjoy it though. I should.
I think I would enjoy. I even think a younger me would enjoy that.
Yeah,
Just to like to reverse it. I also just flowers are dope.
they are. They smell nice. They're cheery. They make the house kind of cheery.
Indeed, indeed. It's
Yeah,
such a that's like one of the things that hasn't and granted it's inconsequential, but in the, the modern times of like breaking stereotypes, it's like
yeah,
this is what I'm saying to the listeners. Give men to men, women to men, whatever your gender is, to just give flowers to everyone.
yeah. Everyone likes
For
flowers.
real.
They're just really nice. And especially like, yeah, you get ones from the farmer's market, really fresh, like yeah,
Trader
like a nice,
Joe's, they're cheap.
yeah, totally.
Trader Joe's is pretty inexpensive.
Yep.
That's what I miss about New York is the bodega flowers. They're just all on the side. They're very
I love
pretty.
that.
They're very colorful,
Yeah.
and they're inexpensive. You know, you can get like two bouquets and like mix it for like $10.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I worked at a flower store in New York,
Oh,
and just because I
nice.
always wanted to, I was like, I want to work at a flower shop, and it sucks.
Oh, okay.
It's like you don't think about how you have to like trim them and put
Oh,
bunch them. And then I was
yeah.
also doing deliveries, and no one, this is what's no one talks about is most of the time it's someone ordering for someone else. So you're not getting tipped
Right, right,
because
right, right.
they're like not expecting it.
Yeah.
So they don't have any money
Right,
like
right. There's like,
available.
oh, gee, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day, young man.
Like, wow, this is so great. This gift as I'm closing the door in your face.
Man. Okay, so self-titled album. What
Yeah.
is your other favorite self-titled album? And I have a few if you need help.
Mm. Let me see if any come to mind right now. I mean, I did certainly enjoy Backstreet Boys self-titled album. Um,
It's a first. Okay.
yeah. I think that one had everybody on it. Everybody.
That was their
Rock
first,
your
right?
body. Yeah.
It
So this
was
is
because they were back in that
that's
song.
what I was just about to ask. Where they you're back? You just got here.
So I'm gonna put in a vote for that for sure. Um, yeah, that may be the only one that comes to mind right now.
Well, I mean, that's the correct answer.
Okay,
So
yeah, yeah. I mean, Beatles White Album. That's technically a self-titled album. That's a good one.
that's what I have. Weezer Blue Album is
Mm,
technically a self-titled
yep.
album. Metallica, Clash, the
Mm.
Ramones. There's a bunch of them.
And yet, I'm sticking with Backstreet Boys.
I'm gonna stick with Bad Bad Hats.
Nice, good.
Bam. Okay, so are you going on tour or anything?
We are, yes.
Is it
Yep.
Florida?
Is Florida?
Not,
I have
not
it in
yet.
bold. It's like real bold in here.
Come see us.
We we've like just booked like the Northeast shows. But yeah, it is certainly our intention to do like the whole country at some point. We've been getting a lot of messages from people who are saying like you simply cannot not play TPA in Tampa. And I think they're right. So
The
they're right.
saying.
Yeah.
It's right across the state from Abigail.
I can't get there that way though. We have to go like this.
Oh yeah, you gotta like go
Oh,
around.
dang. Great. Thanks, Florida.
Yeah, fucking A. That's why no one comes. You gotta come in and go, ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes 3
Mhm.
hours to go. What should just be 60, 70
Yeah, it's
miles?
tough. It is tough.
So as a musician, when you post or announce your tour and you inevitably get people like me be like, why aren't you coming to Florida? Why aren't you coming to Rhode Island? Shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wyoming is probably one up there too. Do
Yeah.
you like it? Do you see the desire or the want, the fandom, or are you like, God, I'm trying like fuck off?
I definitely see, I'm definitely like, to me it's like nice to be like, great, like everyone's telling us where they want us to go. Like I'm taking notes. I'm, you know, keeping it in mind, like where the interest seems to be. Um Sometimes I do get a little upset when it's like someone comments like, why don't you ever come to Cleveland? And we like had
Just
played
went
Cleveland
there.
yesterday. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to tell you. But it's just tough because it's not really their fault because like the algorithm like doesn't show all your followers your posts, which is wild. Um, so I'm like, I'm sorry the algorithm didn't show it to you. And I do feel bad about that, but that does bum me out sometimes when people are like, I simply cannot wait to see you in Cleveland. And I'm like,
We were there last week.
we were there last week.
You're not the first person to say that. We have friends who are performers. That is a topic that comes up a lot. And I have it. I won't even talk about it on the air, but I have an idea for that to like
Okay.
fix that. But I don't have like the capital or the technical know-how to do it.
Okay,
So
but you have an idea.
I do have a good idea. I also think, and this we could talk for hours and hours and hours about this. I wish we just had a chronological
Yeah.
social media feed
Yep. Used to be.
where it didn't show us other shit.
Yep.
You
That'd
know,
be
it just
nice.
showed us surfers.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not going to touch on that. Florida, please. Florida below St. Augustine and Jacksonville, because it's, I know some people just skirt the
Right.
top.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Keep
Well, I know we've
coming.
never played like Miami. I know it's like journey for us, but that'd be fun. Okay. Never mind. We're not gonna do it.
Central Florida.
Central Florida. Okay, great. Yeah, we
You
like
could come
playing
to
Tampa. We
Fort
like playing
Lauderdale.
Orlando. We played Gainesville. We played Cocoa Beach one time. That was kind of
That's
fun.
right
Ooh, that's
by
where
this
did you
one.
play?
Well, so technically it was not a public show. It was like we played like at the
Oh, like
Sun
a-
Bum
Oh,
like
nice.
headquarters. That was fun.
That's cool. That's cool. There's a great venue there if you ever do look in Florida called the
Yeah.
Cocoa Riverfront
Okay, yeah.
Park, which is so cool.
Okay, yeah. Great.
Highly recommend. Also,
Okay.
because it's like 30 minutes.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah, let's make that happen. Let us know what we can do to help.
Okay.
Okay, what song of yours should we end the episode with?
Ooh, there's so many options. Wow. What kind of vibe? What kind of vibe are you going for?
Well, the follow-up question was why that song. So
Okay.
whatever, we're open. Sometime if we talked about TPA,
It could be good. Yeah. So sort of like we've been touching on the sorry, it's time to wrap. We've been touching on the Florida vibe, so TPA might be good. Otherwise, bored in the summer.
That was gonna be my
Okay, great. Good.
also.
all right, let's do that one then.
Okay, great.
Bored in the Summer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
It's just the whole album.
Yeah. It's one of those T to B albums. T to BBH albums. Man, I'm on fire today. Okay, so curious if it's a different answer. If you could interview any musician, live or dead,
Okay.
who would you interview? In the vein of bothering the band, what would you ask them?
That's so tough.
Like really dumb questions.
You've had 2-ish years.
I know. There's so many people you could talk to. I would love to interview Dolly Parton. I just would really enjoy that.
That's perfect.
Yeah. I would love to ask Dolly Parton silly questions. I feel like she'd have great answers, don't you think?
Hmm.
I feel like she'd have Tupperware answers locked and loaded.
Yeah.
She is still using her mama's original Tupperware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you want to get those spaghetti stains out? I know just the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my answer for sure.
Great. That's great. I saw something today that said we should put Dolly Parton on the $1 bill and call it a dolly. And I was
That's
like,
cute.
fuck yeah, dude. That makes me love those are the moments I love the internet. Everything else can suck it up. I don't
I
care.
feel like that would I feel like people would be better at saving their money if they just could collect dollies. They'd be like, I'll
Yeah,
never
right.
spend you.
Let's just have it tacked up.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? We talked a little bit about tour, but what
Yeah.
else
Yeah,
is
tour,
next for Bad
that'd
Bad
be the big
Hats?
that'd be the big thing. Promoting the record. We're playing shows in Europe and the UK for the first time ever. So that's
Very
very
cool.
exciting. Yeah, playing as many shows as possible, as many places as possible. We're also working on Chris and I are in another band that we just started called Mega Sound. So like our
Sound.
like
Ooh.
2000s like indie or 2000s like pop rock band. With our friend Alana on vocals, who performs herself under the name Party Nails. So like our little super group. So we're working on that record this year. So yeah, all kinds of exciting stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, everyone go listen to self-titled new Bad Bad Hats album. It is great. I highly recommend putting it on while you're working because even if work sucks, it'll make you happy because that's
Nice.
what
Yeah.
I've done the last week.
Cool.
And Bad Bad Hats on Instagram,
Yeah.
chronological Instagram. And thank you so much for doing it
Yeah,
again
of course.
and joining the Devil Dream Team. I don't know. We'll have to think of a name, but
Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's great to see you both. And yes, I do hope
You
we come to
too.
Florida. We miss it. We gotta get back.